Hello, hello. We'll get this thing going as soon as we have some more folks on. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Hey, Doug. Yep, I saw it. Thank you, sir. Actually, just got back from Rick's. Maybe just a smidge over an hour ago, so got a bunch of new stuff to go through. We're up to 5. We'll give it a few minutes. Maybe we'll get up to like 8 or 10. And then we'll get going. So this is the last stream before Christmas. Next one will be the day after. Which I believe yeah, that'll be the last one of the year. And then it'll be 2024. Thank you. How you doing, honey? Hey, Eden. Hey, Doug bought you a coin on Thursday. So there will be a coin in your package that's labeled from Doug. I think it was a silver coin from Turkey. I am talking to you. Are you talking to me? Hey, Sandigger. What you talking about? So how is everybody? Doing all right. Just looking forward to the holidays to be over, honestly. Never fails. The closer we get, the crazier people get. Traffic today was just ridiculous. Hey, Monkey King. I'm going to give it like 3 more minutes and get the beginning stuff out the way, and then we will get going. Indeed. And what's sad is that it's been proven many times that it doesn't, the whole driving crazy and driving fast and all that actually doesn't really get you anywhere much sooner. At most, you might save like 30 seconds. It feels like it does, but it actually doesn't. The Mythbusters prove that. Two minutes. One minute. If you guys get some buffering, I apologize. I'm still getting that stupid warning. We're going to be looking at upgrading our internet next month, so I'm hoping that will deal with this. And then hopefully, shortly thereafter, I'll be able to finally replace the computer with a newer one. So hopefully all of that combined will take care of all these technical issues we've been having lately of the third camera never working anymore. And I haven't bought a brand new camera. I've got a brand new 4K camera. Or no, it's a 1080p. It's not a 4K. Sorry. And that didn't fix it. So I think it's just the computer is getting wore out. Need a new one. I've replaced every computer in the house but mine. Alright, for anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email. Cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Cachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being the little purple bubble mailers, $23 being a large flat rate box. If you want it sent registered, that is an additional $35 charge on top of that. It is the only way you can ship coins all the way through the mail. Keep in mind it's Christmas time, so keep an eye out for those packages. We just shipped a bunch today. After this stream, I will be emailing out the ones that we sent. I will be emailing those folks all of the tracking numbers so you can keep an eye on them. Porch Pirates are out in force, so keep a good eye out. If you're new, you can't get stuff from us tonight. You just have to send us an email by the end of the night. Email has to have your personal info, shipping info, your channel name. Hey, Richard. Yeah, there's some ancients you might want to get tonight. Your channel name. I just got lost. Let me start that over. Email has to have your personal info, shipping info, your channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. If we do not get that email by the end of the night, you will not get anything. And we do not ship without payment. If you're on Facebook, here's our Facebook link. Go give us a follow. Tonight's lot list is on there. It is the top host. We do put the lot list on there every week. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, send us an email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com, and say, add me to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you will get the lot list a few days before every sale. And as soon as you get the lot list, you have the ability to pre-purchase items. It is first come, first serve, just like the sale. So if you want something, don't wait, jump on it. And keep in mind that you do have to pay for any pre-sales by the evening before the sale. Unless you have made prior arrangements with us, we're always willing to work with you. Also, the list that we put up, each day we have a sale on Facebook. Anything that was sold in pre-sale has already been removed from that list. So what you see is what is available for that evening. All right, last stream before Christmas. You don't see the request for upgraded shipping? It should be on there. Your Facebook got hacked? Yeah, it happens. I'll look into the request after the stream, Sandigger. If anything else, if you get something tonight, I'll just add it to tonight's. And then cancel the other one. All right. Kicking off with banknotes from around the world, as always. All right, first one available. We got two. They are 1984 10 kroners from Sweden. They are $2 each. Again, there are two available. You found it? Anybody? Both going to Honey. Congrats, Honey. All right, next one. This is one of the highest end banknotes we've ever had to offer. So this thing, if you were to go to, this is from Israel. If you were to go to the Israeli Mint website right now, they're out of stock right now, but if they had them in stock, these would be $238. All right, one going to hidden. And one to honey. Got it. Got it, got it. One apiece. Let me fix that real quick. All right, I'll bet. All right, so yeah, so if you were to go to the Israeli Mint website right now and they had these in stock, these would be $238. That's US dollars. That's not the euros. That's the US dollars. I'm doing it for $75. So this is a 1952 100 Pruta emergency issue note from Israel. Its note catalog number is P11B, dark green and black obverse, and it's an AU. And again, if anybody wants to confirm, go look this thing up on the Israeli Mint website. $238 is what these things sell for on their website. I saw a number of them online that were going for 200 plus. Probably very low mintage because it was an emergency issue and a lot of them probably were destroyed. So there's probably not many of them still available. Would be my guess. I do have wiggle room on this one if anybody wants to make an offer. I just have a price based on what I found on my research. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, next up. So we have two of these, but they are slightly different. There's different types on this banknote, and we have one of each. Well, there's actually three types. We have two of the three. So these are 1938 3 rubles. They're $6 each. So one of them is the P241A.2 with large, the serial letters big and small. One is the P241A.1, which is letters big and big. And what you're looking at on that is these. See how that's a capital and that's a little letter? And then on this one, so that's what you're looking at. Or $10 for both. And Doug is grabbing both. Congrats, Doug. So it makes them 5 apiece. All right. Next up. This is the 1950 to 53 1000 won from South Korea. It is in VF. Catalog code is P3. So this note in this condition lists on PMG for $50. PMG is the currency grading service through PCGS. I'm going $30 on it. And this is another one I do have a little bit of wiggle room. If anybody wants to make an offer. You know, banknotes, just like coins, some of them are worth a lot more than others. All right, moving on. Next up, we have one more from Israel. It is the 1958 1 pound. This is the P30A black serial number. This is going for $4. So this one has, if I remember right, there's a version of it with a black serial number, which is this one. And then I think there was one with like a blue, a red, and a green. Some cool boats there in the background. Anybody? $4? All right, moving on. All right, next up. This is a 1947 10,000 won from China. This is the P319 is the catalog number. This is going for $7. Let me get this out of the way so you can actually... Man, I guess nobody's into the higher end world currency, huh? All right, moving on. So this next one's kind of cool. I've never seen one of these before. This is also from China. Say 1947 500 customs gold units note from China. So I guess apparently at one time you could like hand this certificate to the customs officers in China and they would give you 500 pieces of gold. I go 5 on it, Doug. Go to Doug for 5. Congrats, sir. All right, next up, this place doesn't even exist anymore. Say 1947, 5 Angleres from Angola, which was at one time a colony of the Portuguese Empire. Going for 15 bucks. It does have some writing on it. If the writing wasn't on it, this thing would be like $35. It's the only one of these I have ever seen. Oh, yeah, I can go 10 on it, hidden. Going to hidden for 10. Congrats, sir. You're very welcome. All right. And the final banknotes, because the Lithuania one went in pre-sale. Say 1981 through 84 series Type 2. 200 Cruzeiros from Brazil. Going for $2. It's kind of interesting. They did like a mirror image thing. So regardless which way it is, it looks the same. Anybody? All right, moving on. If anybody decides you want any of those banknotes, let me know. Or if anybody wants maybe a bundle deal for all of it, let me know. I can get you some good Christmas savings for all of it. We are on to medallions. All right, kicking off medallions is a Horatio Gates medallion going for $4. I think it's pewter, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but it definitely looks like pewter. All right, moving on. Next up is a Guillermo Washington medallion. Going for $4. Make this a little closer so you guys can see these better. All right, moving on. Next up is an 1848 $2.50 replica gold coin. It's a gold-plated proof medallion. It's also the closest most of us will ever get to owning one of these. Over $5. Anybody? Yeah, these are neat. You know, for the people that'll never be able to afford actually owning the real gold coins, getting a nice collection of these is a good way to go. All right, moving on to the 1978 Pioneers of Alaska Grand Igloo Convention medallion. Going for $4. I was 2 years old when this medallion was made. Going to hidden. Gratzer. Here's an apple juice for the time being. Hey, Westside. All right, the Screaming Eagles one went in pre-sale. So we are on to the Apollo 11 medallion. Over $5. So of course you got the crew there, Neil Armstrong and company. One giant leap. And first footprints on the moon. Crew of the Apollo 11. It took me a bit to get used to it, but now I'm kind of starting to like Angry Orchard apple cider. I'm actually surprised nobody's jumping on it. Usually the space program themed ones usually go right out the door. All right, moving on. Next up is an 1889 Carson City Morgan replica. Silver plated proof medallion. Going for $5. I have not tried that. Does of course say copy on the reverse. Nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Fireball. I really don't drink anything hard. I only drink like the occasional, like a cooler or something. Like Mike's Hard Lemonade. Alright, moving on. I get first dibs on an 89 Carson City. If that's the one I'm thinking of, are you gonna let me make payments for like 3 years? Next up is Lady of Guadalupe medallion. Going for $4. Well, yeah, there'd have to be, because anything that I buy, I'm going to be selling again here, so. All right, moving on. And the last one is not really a medallion, it's a copper round. This is a 1 ounce, 0.999 pure copper Indian head round. Going for $4. Going to San Diego. Congrats, sir. All right, if anybody said you want any of those other medallions, let me know. We are moving on to coinage. All right, kicking off coinage tonight. We got some world coins that are not silver to begin with. These are British large cents. Some of the Some of the better years and then some of the better grades to begin with. So first one, anything, if you know British large cents, you know anything from the 1870s is pretty much key dates and very hard to get a hold of. This one's an 1872 and about good for $4. Going to Doug. Congrats, Doug. All right. This next one is an absolute gem for anybody who likes the wood grain coins. Say 1936. It's an EF and very strong woody on this one. Check that out. And it's on both sides. Going to Doug. That's a cool looking coin. Hey, Cindy. All right, next up, I got two of these available. These are 1963s BU Reds, $5 each. All right, moving on to a 1964 BU Red for $5. Moving on. And then we've also got two of these available 1967s BU Reds. $5 each. I'm starting to get some cool toning on it. If anybody wants all 5 of the BU Reds, I'll do it for $15 as a bundle. Saves you $10. Drops them to $3 each. Going to Richard Gratzer. All right, next up, I'm calling these Baker Dozen bundles. These are bundles of 13 British large cents of mixed dates. They are $10 per bundle, so Less than $1 per coin on these bundles. And there are 5 bundles. I will go through each one. Alright. Bundle number 1. I'm going to go through these kind of fast, so I don't want to spend all night on these. Alright. Bundle number 1. You're getting 1921. $19.20. These are in respectable grades, too. $19.19. $19.18. $19.17. I mean, that's a VF all day. That's probably like a $3-4 coin right there. 1916. $19.14. 1912. That's another VF. $1911. $1909. King Edward. That's a VF. That's probably like a $6-7 coin right there. 1904. VF. $1902. And 1901. Anybody? $10. 13 coins. Less than $1 a piece. It's like 3 of these coins pretty much makes up that $10. Going to Richard. Grat, sir. By the way, Richard, all 4 of your packages went out today, so I will, after the stream, I will email you all 4 of the tracking numbers. All right, bundle number 2. Yeah, the medium box that had all the 48 pounds of foreign in it, we boxed it up, taped it up really good. Then we ended up putting that box inside of a large flat rate box with bubbles, and then taped up that one really good. So we ate a little bit in shipping, but it's all right. I wanted to make sure all of that got to you safely. All right, bundle number 2, 1921. 1920. 1919. Oh, there's a scratch or a die crack. Can't tell. 1918. 17. 15. 14. 12. 11. 08. 03. That's pretty close to a VF. Here's about $5-6 right there. 1900. And 1897. Anybody? $10 for the bundle. Going to Richard. Congrats, sir. All right, bundle number 3. $19.21. That one's got some woody on it. That's a nice wood grain. $19.20. Also with wood grain. And this one's going to Richard. Let me show you your dates. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 12, 11, 9, 6, 2, and 1900. You want me to put you down for the other 2 bundles as well? We'll just move on. Bundle number 4. Yeah, all right, cool. Going to Richard. They're all fairly similar. Do I happen to have another one? Probably. I have a lot of British large cents in right now. Do you need one? I'd have to look to make sure, but I'm almost certain I do. All right. Next up is a little 4-coin bundle. From Canada. So this is 2 1967 Jimby U. They're Centennial Rock Pigeon pennies. Ah. And then 2 Jimby U of the nickels. Going for $3. Going to West Side. Congrats, sir. Westside beat you on that one, Richard. All right, next up, I've got 3 of these available tonight. And since the 3 center went in pre-sale, these are pretty much our showcase items tonight. These are $150 each. So 3 available. These are 1900 to 1000 AD Samanid Empire silver dirhams. These were recovered from the Scandinavian Viking region. And for being 1,100 years old, I mean, that is pretty darn good condition. These are bigger than American half dollars. Thinner, but bigger. God, glare. Anybody? 150 bucks each. I will do $375 for all three if Richard decides he wants to get them all. Or if anybody decides they want to get them all. And Richard's like, yep, I will take that deal. Congrats, sir. Am I just adding this to what you're paying this weekend, Richard? Or do you want me to invoice this tonight separately? And next up is a 1207 to 33 AD France silver dinar Doles William the First. This is NGC authentic Montbleu or Montlebleu, however you say his name. from his coin hoard. Over 125. Anybody? Nice little 800-year-old coin. Wow, nobody. All right, moving on. All right, World Silver. We're kicking off this week in Mexico. Starting off with a 1950, 25 centavos. 30% silver in VF for $3. Mexico silver is still hot. Get it while you can. Starting to get harder to get. And I live right on the Mexico border. It's still hard for us to get it. So we're running out. All right, moving on to the 51. Going for $3. Also VF. The slab dos peso 1920. Is that the gold one? Did you miss medallions? Yes, you did, but they're all still available. Nobody bought any. The only one is the Screaming Eagle one went in pre-sale, but the rest of them are still available. So if you wanted any of them, just let me know. All right, moving on. Wi-Fi been down. Oh no. Oh, yeah, and the Alaska one sold. So everything but the Alaska and the Screaming Eagle are still available. Next one, I got 3 available. One is EF, 2 are AUs. So here's the EF. This is the $3 one. Okay, apparently now the Apollo one's gone. Give me a minute, Aiden. Oh, there's 2 EFs and 2 AUs. So there's 4 of these. So that one's also $3. And then here's the AUs. These are the $4 ones. Anybody? Let me get that for hidden real quick. Apollo, there it is. And then Kelly Ray wants the 1848 gold coin replica. You got it, Kelly. All right, moving on from the Mexico. Yeah, they're all right here, Kelly. There's Lady of Guadalupe, which is $4. There's the 1889 Carson City Morgan replica, which is $5. This is the Guillermo Washington medallion, $4. And this is the Horatio Gates medallion. $4. That's why I just showed them all. Been 1889. All right. Did you want any of the other three, Kelly? In the Washington, Guillermo, Washington, Kelly. Got it. Ben Horatio, got it. All right, so you're grabbing them all. Awesome. No more medallions left. They all go to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. And then at the banknotes, I can't bundle up to Mexico. They're already the cheapest I can do it. The price they're at now, I'll break even. And there were some of the banknotes left as well, Kelly, if you wanted to see those later. And Doug's bidding all the Mexicos. Congrats, sir. Alright, moving on. To India. Alright, the AU quarter rupee went in pre-sale. So the only one we have left from India making some soup is the 1942B half rupee. 50% silver VF for $6. Sounds like you need to call your provider. Tell them to come and look at it. You might need a signal booster. They have signal boosters that you can get. All right, moving on to Britain. I think she's using a phone hidden. Oh, 5 for the India. I can go 5 on it, Doug. Going to Doug for 5. Congrats, sir. All right, we are on to Britain. Kicking off Britain. Yep, I already got your name on it, Doug. You are good to go. Kicking off Britain is a 1923 sixpence. 50% silver good. $3. These are another one that I won't be able to lower these. These are all at the lowest I can go. Yeah, give me a sec. I'm going to try and restart OBS real fast. All right, hopefully that'll help out at least a little bit. All right, I'm going to move on. To the 1922 shilling. 50% silver and good for $4. How good would you look at 101? All right, moving on. To the 1889 shilling. 925 sterling silver and good. NGC list on this one is $50. I like to get 30 for it, but I do have some wiggle room if anybody wants to make an offer. I have a little bit of wiggle room. I could go 25 on it. Would be the lowest I could do. All right, moving on. To the 1941 florin. Extremely fine for $8. 50% silver. Anybody? moving on. Next up. It's a 1940 half crown. 50% silver VF for $12. All right, moving out. To the 1942 half crown. VF for $12. All right, moving on. Man, no love for Britain tonight, huh? Last one from Britain. 1944 half crown AU. Over 25. Starting to get like a gold patina on it. Or almost, it's actually almost like a coppery patina. It looks really cool. I don't know if the camera's going to want to see it or not. But it does look neat. I would. Silver is silver when it comes to that. We used to do it back in the early days of the U.S. before we had mints. They just weigh it up and call it good. All right. Tell you what, I'll do a bundle for the Britain. All the Britain. See, it would have been $94. Full value, I'll go... If anybody wants all the Britain, I'll do it for $80. Little pre-Christmas special. Saves you $14. And Richard's taking that deal. Grats, sir. All right, let me adjust some stuff on here so that it equals up to the right amount. All right, there we go. Gotta be quicker. Yeah, I'm hoping to have that figured out soon. Get these streams back to being smooth again. All right. Next up is Canada. Yeah, which just blew up on me because some of the rubber bands just broke. Give me a sec. I gotta get this all back together again. All right. All right, we are kicking off with Canadian silver dimes. I'm going to go through these a little quick, so if you want something, I know we're having some buffering issues. Just, if you hit bin and nobody else has, just put bin and the date, just so I know for sure. So we got 1963, 10 cents BU, 80% silver, $4. All right, moving on to the 1965 AU for $3. All right, moving on. And then 4 available on these. These are 1967's BU proof likes. Have $5 each. I never remember what kind of fish that is. Anybody? All right, moving on. And then the last of the dimes is a 1968. This is the 50% year. Jim BU, $4. Glare. God. Yeah, that's glaring out like crazy. All right, if anybody wants all the dimes in a bundle, $25. Oh, Doug wants the 68 for 3. Where'd it go? There it is. 68 going to Doug for $3. So, Richard, that means you're getting the rest of them for 22. Rest of them going to Richard for $22. All right. Next up, quarters. Kicking off quarters is the 1909. 92.5% sterling silver. And good. NGC list on this coin is $30. I'm doing it for 15. I do not, sir. You get the list. You know what I've got. You're on the mailing list. And I don't have any in my side stock either. I haven't had any of those in a bit. All right, moving on. Next up, 1930. Less than 1 million of these made. It's in a good for $7. And Doug's taking the 30. Congrats, Doug. All right, next up, I got 5 of these available. Three of them are BUs, 2 of them are BU proof likes. The BUs are $6 each. The proof likes are $8 each. So there is BU number 1. of the $6 ones. BU number 2. And BU number 3. And then here are the proof likes. These are the $8 ones. Anybody? All right, moving on. Don't make me turn the stream around. And the last of the quarters, I've got 4 available. These are the 1968s, the 50%ers, Jim BUs for $6 each. All right, another little Christmas deal. If anybody wants all the quarters, minus the one Doug got. That's 10 coins. Full price would have been $73. I'll do all 10 for $60. It's $13 off. For a little Christmas deal. And Richard's taking that deal. Congrats, sir. Price is adjusted so it matches the total. There we go. Alrighty. Next up is $50. Canada 50 centers. First up, I got 2 available. Oop. These are the 1967 Howlers. They are BUs and $12 each. The Howling Wolves. Anybody? $12 each. All right, moving on. And then we've also got 2 of the proofs. $12 each. I'm just gonna get that milky thing going on a little bit. All right, and a little Christmas deal. If anybody wants all 4, $40. Saves you $8. Drops them to $10 each. Anybody? There's melt on those right now. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look that up real fast. 1967, 50 cents, Canada. Current melt value on these coins, as of right this second, $7.25. So that's $30 just in melt, sitting right there. All right, moving on. And the last of the Canadians is the dollars. Oh, Richard just came in late for that deal. Congrats, sir. All right, Canadian dollars. First up, 1967, the Goose, BU proof like. That is very proof like. Going for $30. Thing is gorgeous. And then we've also got one Gem BU for $28. So Proof Like 30, Jim BU 28. Give you another little Christmas deal. Or both of them, 52 bucks. That drops into 26 bucks each, saving you $6. And Richard's taking that deal. Grat, sir. All right, and then the 50% silver proofs from Canada. We've got two 1972s, 16 bucks each. These are known as the case dollars, and those box case sets that they had in Canada that had the regular dollar and the silver dollar. These were the 50% silver dollars out of those sets. They did a different design for every year. All right, moving on to the 73. 50% silver proof, 16 bucks. This is the one with the Royal Canadian Mountie. Yeah, basically Canada's version of the prestige sets. Alright, moving on to the 76, my birth year. Alright, moving on to the 77. All right, moving on. And the last of the Canada, the 1984 Proof Decam. It's the Toronto Bay, or Toronto Harbor. So here's the best deal I can do on these without losing money. We're all 6 for 90 bucks. Drops them to 15 bucks each, saves you $6. Anybody? And Richard's taking that deal. Grats, sir. Oops. All right. All right, next up we got some USA Philippines. So the 1917S went in pre-sale, as did one of the 44Ds. So we've got 3 of the 44Ds left. At $6 each, they're all AUs. I've not checked them for any of the repunchment marks or anything. It will be for you to look. Anybody? $6 each. Or I'll do $15 for all 3. Save $3. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and use the restroom, and then we will be back with American coins. So stick around. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. All right, I am back. Man, I guess half the people didn't care about American coins. All right, American coinage. We are starting off with American large cents. Kicking off is an 1824. It is in good. It does have that ding on it right there. So because of that, I priced it as an about good at 30 bucks. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up is the 1837 plain chords medium letters. It is hold, so because of that, I'm doing it for 8 bucks. All right, moving on to the 1841. Something good for 20 bucks. Still has some of the original color. Got a little rim ding. Not too bad. $7 for the hold one. I'll do 7 on it, Doug. 1837 to Doug for 7. You're very welcome. All right, moving on. Last of these. Is the 1847 and about good for 10 bucks. Welcome back. All right, if anybody wants all 3, I'll do it for 43 bucks. That saves you $13. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be, next month, we're going to be upgrading our internet, so I'm hoping that'll fix it. And then hopefully soon we'll have enough money to replace this computer. All right, moving on. Next up, here's a nice one. It's a good addition to any collection. We got a Rick Snow version of this last week. It's an 1857 Flying Eagle in VF. Going for $60. Oh, it's aggravating for us too. Any takers? All right, moving on. Next up is 2000S Lincoln Cent Proof. Go for $2. It's possible. Yeah, there's a lot of determining factors that goes into how good your streaming is. All right, moving on. All right. 1851 3 cent went in pre-sale. So did one of the Buffalo nickel bundles. So we have 2 bundles left. So here is bundle number 1. Got a 1935, 36 San Francisco, 36 Denver, 36 Plain Date, and 37 Plain Date VF. $10 for the bundle. Yeah, the thing about your Wi-Fi though is Wi-Fi does limit it and restrict how many, how much bandwidth every device gets. It's a lot different from being hardlined. Somebody got way behind. Maybe you dozed off. I don't know. All right, moving on. Bundle number 2. 1935, plain date. 36 San Francisco. Are you all hardwired? 36 Denver. 36 plain. VF. And 37 plain. $10 for the bundle. If anybody wants both bundles, I'll do it for $18. Saves you $2. Kelly, are you taking the deal or just the one? Want to make sure because that came in. Both? All right, awesome. Both going to Kelly for the deal. Congrats. Oh, well, of course. All right. Next up. $2000S nickel proof deep cam. $2. Going to West Side. Congrats, sir. Next up is the 2000 San Francisco silver proof Roosevelt dime with some toning. $4. See some toning on the torch there and on the leaves. Looks kind of neat. $4. 90% silver proof. How far down on the list am I? We are on lot 101 of 125. With 2 of them coming up that already went in pre-sale, so subtract 2 more off that. Alright, moving on. Yeah, crap. I just spilled my drink. Ah. Wait a second, I gotta grab a towel real fast. Oh, dime going to Kelly. It's a good thing it had a lid on it so it didn't spill too bad. All right. Disaster averted. Go chop your cabbage. All right, next up we got the 2000 silver proof quarters. So I'm going to link these all real quick like I always do. Got Massachusetts. Got some high-end notes tonight, so it's going to be bigger prices. Yeah, it's the big Polar Pop Mountain Dew. And I had just refilled it with a bottle from the kitchen during my break. South Carolina. Maryland. And New Hampshire. $12 each. Or as always, $50 for the whole year. Silva proofs. Anybody? All right, moving on. You make your soup in cast Dutch oven and set oven on low all night. Helps you out as well. Cool. What kind of soup you making? Is it chicken soup or a minestrone soup? What kind? All right, next up, we got a couple of Kamem halves. First up, 1991 Mount Rushmore proof. 753,257 of these minted, going for $18. The Buffalo on the reverse. Vegetable beef, yummy. I like veggie beef soup. All right, moving on to the 1995 San Francisco Olympic Baseball commemorative half. Jim BU. Check out that mintage number. 164,605 of these ever made. $18. Well, see, now you're just making me hungry. A little Christmas deal if anybody wants both. I'll do it for $30. Saves you $6. Oh, it's the way to go. I do the same thing when I make chili. Make a huge batch and then freeze some. So we have it for a couple other days. I'm going to make chili soon. I haven't made chili in a while. Kelly's taking the deal. Congrats, Kelly. Yep, got you for both. You are good. Last $50. I really like this one. If nobody buys this one, I might actually keep it. I don't know. This is the 2000 San Francisco Kennedy Silver Proof. But the reason I like it so much, check out the toning on the eagle. That just looks freaking cool. And it's just on the eagle and the banner. That looks neat. Anybody? 15 bucks. That awesome toning. It's like a golden eagle. But it's a chore that pays off and is very tasty. Going to Kelly. Right, next up, dollars. All right, so 2 of these went in pre-sale. So we have 2 left of the original 4. These are 1971 D BU Ikes. These are the no mint set year. These are circulation only. $3 each. Wow. Bling. Ike dollars. $3 each. Anybody? Moving on. Next up is the 1974 Proof Ike. Going for $5. This is not the silver proof, it is the clad proof. Starting to get some toning on it. Yeah, I don't measure on a lot of stuff either. Going to San Diego. Congrats, sir. And then the last of the Ikes. is the 1975 proof. This is the Type 1. If it was the 76, the Type 2, it would have the big blocky letters. Going to Sandigger. Gratzer. If anybody decides you want the 71Ds, let me know. Next up, you did, sir. You got both proofs. You are double proofed. Oh, I'm not bragging. I'm a professionally trained chef. I went through a lot of training to learn how to cook the way I do. I didn't get it naturally, so if you have it naturally, that's awesome. Next up, Sacagaweas. Starting with a 2000S. Proof deep cam, $4. Moving on to the 2001S. Proof decam, $4. And moving on to the 2002. So these are all going to be proof deep cams. They're all going to be $4 each. I'm just going to link them all real quick. Got the 2010. I'll still show them. I'm just linking them all real quick. So if you want one, say bin and the date. 15. Oh, except for the 19. The 19 is $6 because those sets cost more. Higher premium on the 19s and up. Here's the 2010. The 15. 16. And the 19. Or I'll do all 7 for $22. Saves you $7. Knocks $1 off each one. Anybody? All right, moving on. Last 4 lots before the recap. From 2010. The presidential proof dollars. Millard Fillmore. James Buchanan. Abraham Lincoln. Very nice. And Franklin Pierce. $4 each or $12 for the set. Anybody? You know what? I'm confident enough in my manhood that I can say that before I got my training, I used to undercook or overcook just about everything. There were a few things I was good at cooking, and that's what got me interested in it, but a lot of stuff I was terrible. Now I can outcook anybody I know. All right, moving on. All right, recap time. Kelly, I hope you're here. All right, make notes. Here's what's left. All right, there's what we've got left on make notes. Here is the 1952 100 Prutot emergency issue. This one is, the catalog code is P#11B. Dark green and black obverse. It is an AU. Uncirculated, sells at the Israeli Mint website right now. $238. This one's going for $75. To Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Kelly's not afraid of the higher end stuff. She's like, give me the goods. All right, this one is the 10,001. This one's $30. Okay, specify when you say Ben which one, because I linked them all. This one is, the list value on this one's $50. I'm doing it for 30. So that's those two. This is the Israeli 1 pound, the 1958. This one's $4. All right, this one's going to Kelly. Congrats. All right, this one is the 1947 10,000 one from China. This one's $7. Catalog code P319. All right, and you want the Brazil? You got it? All right, if anybody wants the 3 high-end bills, keeping in mind just this bill sells for $238 off the Israeli actual website. I will give you guys a killer deal. That's over $300 of list value for $65. And Doug's taking that deal. Kelly, it's just like American notes. It's how many were made, how many survived, what grade they're in. That's what makes them more or less valuable. Congrats, Doug. All right. All right, one of our showcase coins is still available. I'm actually surprised Richard didn't nab this one. This is the 1207 to 33 AD France silver dinar from Doles. Is William the First. Authentic from the Montly Horde. 125 bucks. Anybody on that one? Will do, sir. Let me make a note at the bottom so I remember. Ship Sand Digger. Got it. All right. Do I put cabbage in my soup? I do not. But that's just because my wife and I really don't care for cabbage that much. All right, USA, Philippines. We've still got 3 of the 44 Denver 20 centavos AUs. $6 each, or I said I'd do 15 for all 3. One of my favorite foods is potatoes, so I eat a lot of carbs. I love potatoes and I love bread. So those are still available. All AUs. The American large cents are still available. Except for the 1837 is sold. The 24, 41, and 47 are still available. I drink a gallon of Mountain Dew every day. I'm not worried about those giving me diabetes. Plus, I'm Native American, so for some reason we have a better chance of not getting diabetes. So that's those. The Lincoln Proof Scent is still available for $2. Something is gonna sometime. I mean, we all die sometimes. Something's gonna take us all out eventually, even if it's just time. Might as well enjoy the time that we have. The VF Flying Eagle 1857 is still available. That one's $60. If anybody wants any of these, just speak up. And of course, the 2000 State Quarter Silver Proofs. Sacagaweas. Presidentials. And the 2 Ikes. Well, I mean, even if you live to 150, eventually you are going to succumb to time. I fully plan on making it to 100 years old. And even with drinking tons of Mountain Dew and being a smoker, I'm still a juggernaut. I'm immune to almost everything. I heal fast. Last chance, and I do still eat healthy foods too. It's not like I just eat that stuff. I eat vegetables and all the good stuff. We eat a lot of broccoli. That's one of our favorites, broccoli. Broccoli's yummy. And bell peppers. We eat a ton of bell peppers. That's a whole other discussion, Kelly. According to doctors, I shouldn't be able to stand right now. Yet I can still run, jump, roughhouse, lift heavy stuff within limits. But doctors say I should not be able to even walk right now. And that's because I was caught in an explosion in my younger life, and the explosion blew me through a brick wall, which wedged one of my vertebrae, which is when your vertebrae... Here, let me go to the main cam so you can see. So your vertebrae are all supposed to be lined up like this with discs in between them. I have one that slammed down and tilted, which also shattered the disc below and above it. And my spine now curves down and around. Yeah, here we go. It curves down and around to meet that tilted vertebrae and then hooks around and back out. I have nerve problems in my back from going through the wall. Heartburn I only get if I go to bed too soon before or after eating. Like I said, I'm a juggernaut. I've been blown through a brick wall, I've been hit by 5 cars, and I've been thrown off 2 roofs, and I've never broken a bone. I have, however, dislocated every joint in my body at least 3 times. But, alright guys, if that's it, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming out. Give me a little bit, as always, to get the invoices out. Blessed is what you call that. I'm tough, man. I am durable. Lewis, what, Doug? What? Okay. I will look for your email, sir. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get all this stuff done so I can go walk my wife home from work. Everybody have a good